Hello, it is Training Tuesday once again. Tuesday, June 18th already. Jeez, how time flies. 11:30 in the morning, Pacific time. And I'm just gonna get started here and not wait for y'all to show up. Today we're gonna talk about performance mode. And this was because a couple of reasons. One is that we did kind of an overview of the campaign builder part one quite a while ago, and I never got around to doing part two, which would be performance mode. And the other reason is because we just got a request from somebody asking us to talk about reporting campaigns and how to use a campaign builder for reporting. And so I wanted to do that. So that's what we're going to do today. And I think the way, I've thought a little bit about how to tackle this, because there's a lot here in reporting. And I think that the best way to do it is to start by covering the functionality of the campaign builder in performance mode. Because I think if you can get your mind around what the functionality is, then you'll be able to kind of see how to use that functionality to create the reports that you are looking for. And then I'll go over just a couple quick examples to give you a sense of what I'm talking about. But in general, we'll talk about examples as we go through. So, so first of all, what is performance mode? Performance mode is this guy right here. So there's edit mode where you're editing your campaigns, and this is the mode that you land in the campaign builder when your campaign has not yet been published. So when you first start out, or if you haven't yet published your campaign and you open it, you're going to be in edit mode. And this is the mode you use to edit your campaigns. You add elements and add triggers and do your whole thing here in edit mode. And then once it's been published, you will be plopped into performance mode. And in fact, every time you open that campaign thereafter, you will be dropped into performance mode. And performance mode is just going to show you how your campaign is performing in a lot of different ways, a lot of different angles on what performance means. So the default view here is this report called contact flow. First of all, let me just say we default to the time frame to last 30 days. And we do that for a specific reason, and that is that for some of you who have very big campaigns, not even necessarily all that big campaigns, loading all that data, if it were all-time data, can take a second. And so we don't want to slow you down when you're first jumping into your campaign. And the last 30 days is interesting. So what that time frame means, incidentally, is it's basically filtering this report, the whole campaign map, and only showing contacts that have been added to this campaign in the last 30 days, okay? So they were added to the campaign in the last 30 days, and it's showing you what happened to them since then, okay? So for the purposes of this demonstration, we're gonna go to all-time data so we have a little bit more. This is just, it doesn't even matter what this campaign is. We're not gonna worry about what this campaign is here. You can just see it's a trigger, it's an update the contact, and it's an end. Couldn't get much simpler than that. So, the first thing to understand is that there's a bunch of reports here. And actually, you know what? I should add maybe I'll skip to a different campaign when I get there. So there's a bunch of different reports here. There's 6 of them. And it's important to understand what all 6 of these reports do. And we've tried to clarify it by writing a freaking paragraph about this, but I want to make sure that we've recently updated our docs. Let me make sure this still goes to a place. Yeah, no, yes, good. So this, you can learn more here about our performance mode reports if you click on learn more. Hopefully that will help. There's also some articles over here, so you can always dive into this stuff more. If you want to. But let's start with the first one, contact flow. And this is the default report that you're going to see when you open your campaign after it's been published. And this is the one that you would expect to see. It's like the most basic. It's just going to show you who was added to this, to which trigger, and then what happened afterwards. And so it says 156 people were here, and then 156 people were here, and then 148 are here now. So what happened to those other people? Well, they've either been removed for some reason or another, or they are, actually that's going to have to be it in this case. They're going to have been removed from this. So probably they were removed manually, or maybe that was an exit at some point in history. You can go back and look and see previously published versions of this thing. It doesn't really change it much. So they were probably removed manually, those extra 8 people, or maybe they were deleted too. If they were deleted contacts, they would now not show up sitting here in the campaign performance mode anymore. One thing to understand about campaigns that might help get your mind around things is that there's only a few places where contacts can sit in a campaign. They are basically waits and ends. Those are the 2 primary ones. The only other place they can sit is in add to campaign steps, or add to sequence, add to campaign or sequence steps. I think campaign's the main one, because while they sit in that add to campaign, they'll be going through that other campaign and they'll move on once that's done. But most of you, I think, don't use that. The main place where contacts sit in your campaigns is at ends and at waits. And so everywhere else, it's going to say, well, there are people here. They just passed right through. And then at the waits and the ends, it'll tell you how many people were here and how many people are here now if it's a wait. So that just makes it real clear. So if you have forking paths, you'll see where people went. The other thing to appreciate is that you can click on this and it'll open up a collection of those specific contacts. And you can see that it's 148 now. So that's going to lead me to believe once again that those were deleted contacts, those 8 extra contacts. They're gone now, right? So 156 were here, but now there's 148. So that's what's gone on there. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory. And obviously, if you're trying to build a report of what happened to your people, you can create a campaign that just shows what happened. So let's make an example of that. We can probably even make a new campaign and quickly, let's see, what will we do? Let's make a campaign that shows, this thing's loading up. Sorry, we're in our video studio here. We don't have great internet connection, so this is going to take a second. I should probably just open up another one. Golly. Let's do this again. Campaign builder. Maybe I've got one that's like lifetime value. Yeah. Let's see what we've got here. There we go. Gosh, this is a good one, but I'm not going to show it to you right now. How about high level? I think there's one in here. High level customer lifecycle. This is kind of an interesting one. Okay, yeah, look at this. So if we went to performance mode here, this doesn't have anybody on it, but you'll still get the idea. So what is this? This is contacts opting in via 3 different lead magnets. Maybe it's an ebook, maybe it's a demo request, maybe it is a, who knows, whatever else it might be, a different lead magnet. And so you can see who came in via the various lead magnets. They're going to add to a campaign. So this is like a little follow-up campaign that says, here's your lead magnet, maybe a couple of follow-up steps. Did you read your ebook? Did you not open it yet? Maybe you want to, here's another link to it, something like that. Or maybe this is a demo request fulfillment campaign that says, cool, thanks for registering for a demo. Click here to get on my calendar, or whatever that process might be. And then they're going to go through that follow-up process that is related to the lead magnet that they opted in. And then they'll go to this next campaign, which is a long-term lead nurture. So they didn't buy, say, and in the first few days, then you want to lead nurture them over the long term. Maybe that's a year-long series of emails that goes out every week or something like that. And then at the end of that, you're just going to wait, and this is a wait here until the goal is achieved. So the goal is that they've requested a demo. So what are we doing here? That seems well, that's probably not the best example to say this was a demo, right? Let's say this is 3 ebooks, and these are the follow-ups, and then the goal is to get them to request a demo. Well, we want to know how many people did that, okay? And we want to know which ebook is leading to the most demos, which follow-up campaign is leading to the most demos. That's pretty interesting. So we put that goal there, and we're going to get a bunch of stats about that. We'll show you those more in a minute. And then the demo consultation follow-up happens next. And then what is the next goal? After the demo, we want to know how many of those people who did get a demo purchase the product, right? So we add another goal in there because we're going to get a whole bunch of reporting. Goals just create all kinds of reporting that are worthwhile. So you notice that the goals are sort of like our funnel in our business, right? The first step is, triggers are a lot like goals. The first step is they fill out an ebook. Next step is they request a demo. Next step is they purchase a product. Now here's going to be something interesting. Oh, next one is that they refer a customer. So this is a lot like the normal customer life cycle, right? And if it was me, I would probably even do another goal here. And it's automatically going to add this wait. And I would make the goal cancels their service. All right, and we can figure out, that's going to be, a cancellation form, or however we know that happened, the open order is closed, whatever it might be. Why would I make a goal something that I don't want? Why? Because I want to see the reporting around it, and goals create all sorts of reporting. So notice what I've done here. I've created a complete sort of business life cycle, a funnel, if you will, out of goals. And in between the goals are basically just waits and some follow-up, right? Waits and some follow-up. Here's somebody purchases a product, and here's the new customer onboarding. And then after they are onboarded, we ask for referrals and maybe some testimonials. And then we go like, did they refer a new customer? Maybe they do. And then we wait, and then eventually some of them will cancel. We want to know how many of them cancel. So what are we going to see when we look at contact flow? We're going to see where they came from and where they are now. And you can always click again on any of these numbers to see the list of people that are sitting well, they'll only be able to sit at these add to campaigns, which is why it says here now, and then 0 were here in the past. They'll be able to sit here at this campaign because that's a sub-campaign. They're over in that other campaign doing whatever is happening, and then when they hit an end element, they will come back here and move on. They can sit at a wait, but once they hit a goal, they move on directly. So nobody sits at goals. That's just a brief second, and then they move on. They can wait here. They can wait here. They'll hit that goal and then move right on to add to the campaign. So you can see kind of where people are going to be sitting. Now we have a lot of other questions that we might ask about our performance, right? And that's why we have all these other reports. So let's look at funnel conversion. The funnel conversion, I'm just going to read this to you. Funnel conversion report answers the question, how effectively am I moving contacts through my funnel? By displaying the rate at which you're moving contacts from goal to goal on a map, you'll understand where your biggest opportunities for improvement are. So when I select this, it's going to ask me to pick a starting point. So it's going to pick a trigger, right? So let's pick this one. And then what you're going to see is that everything's blank on this report except the trigger and then the goals that those contacts achieved later on. And what do the stats say? Well, this trigger says how many people were here. Okay, cool. 472 people came from opting into that ebook. But then what happened? Of those, say 150 of them converted to this goal, 150 of those. And then what is the conversion rate? Well, 150 out of 450 is about 30%, right? 33%. Did I do that math right? Yeah. 33%. So that would say 150 here, and it would say 33%. And then my next question is, well, okay, of the people who got a demo, how many of them purchased the product? Out of the 150, maybe it's 50. So again, it's going to say 50 contacts converted to this goal, and the conversion rate again is 33%. It's a third of that 150. So it's going to show you the funnel the funnel conversion rate as it moves from goal to goal to goal. And that's going to be, like any funnel report that you would see in any system. It's just going to tell you how you're converting from stage to stage. Of the people who purchase the product, how many refer a new customer? Well, maybe it's 10 out of 50. So it's going to say 20% here, right? So it's going to tell you those 10 people. And then of those who cancel, maybe it's 25, right? Because they don't necessarily have to come here before they cancel, right? They might sign up for the product here, never refer anybody, and then cancel. So they might skip this goal, but it'll show the number of people who converted and the conversion rate from the total there. So now you can see, and then you can of course select a different goal, or sorry, a different trigger, and you'll see the funnel conversion here based on where they started. So you'll be able to compare, for example, what is my conversion rate to purchase, or my cancellation rate, or my referral rate based on where they opted in. Maybe these are, your 3 different lead magnets are related to the 3 different types of services you offer, and you might discover here that the people who come for one type of service are much better customers. They sign up more, they refer more, and they cancel less. That's interesting information for your business, stuff you want to know. Okay, so that's what funnel conversion report is going to show you. Next, lifetime value. What does it say here? It answers the question, how much do my contacts spend with me as they move through my campaign map? Each element shows the total and the average amount spent on all products, all time, when each contact hits that element. So what you're going to see here is, of the people who were here, who were ever at this element, how much did all those people spend together, and how much was the average amount they spent? So, you're likely to get something close to 0. Maybe you'll have somebody who opted in who is already a customer, so it might not be exactly 0, but it'll be lower numbers at the top and higher numbers as you go down, right? This is going to be low because most of the people that are here haven't purchased yet. And then as they come down here, boom, they've purchased a product. That average spend is going to go way higher. Total spend is going to go way higher. And you're going to see the value of the people as they move through. Why is that important? Lifetime value as they move through your funnel. Well, it's important to see where people are buying and how much they're spending along the way, and how long it's taking them to move down that process, right? Because if you're spending money on ads, you need to know how fast you're getting that money back, because that's as soon as you get that money back, you can then recycle that money back into your business, buy another ad. The shorter that time frame, the faster you can grow your business, because the more ads you can buy. It's really just that simple. And so it's always got to be our goal to reduce the payback period that it costs to get a customer. And so the first step in reducing that payback period is having a clue about how long it is and where it is that people are starting to purchase. You can imagine too that this is a high-level customer life cycle, but you can run this report on any campaign, right? So maybe you have a long-term lead nurture campaign like this that's 50 emails long, or it's a new client welcome, and you're trying to onboard them and sell them more stuff along the way. You can see which emails, how long into your follow-up sequence are people going before they really start to spend money with you. That's important information to know. So you can see that right on the map here when you select lifetime value. Now next, goal conversion rate, goal conversion time, and goal conversion point. These are all reports that are related to specific goals, which is why it's important to use goals on your map to move people around when your desired milestones are hit. Doesn't just have to be like they purchased a product. As you can see here, I've got a goal for every stage of my funnel, right? So what is the first one? Goal conversion rate. So first it says, please select a goal to view the goal conversion rate. So all the goals on my map are highlighted. And maybe I'll select purchases of product. Okay, so now what is it going to be here? How many of the people on this map achieved this goal, and what is the conversion rate? So, and then what it's doing is it's going to go up the map, and it's going to show you of the people who got to here, how many of them achieved the goal you just selected. So it's kind of like a backwards looking report that shows of the people that came down this path, how many of them eventually converted to this particular goal. So it's going to tell me the raw number and then the conversion rate to that goal. How many of these people converted to the goal? 32% of the people that ever got on this lead magnet converted to goal. So it's going to tell you real clearly which one of these campaigns is converting people to a product purchase, right? So that is going to be obviously helpful information. And you can select a different goal. Cancel service, and you go back up here and it'll say, well, how many of the people here eventually, canceled? You can also see of the people who purchased my product, how many converted to the cancel, right? Oops, all the way down here. How many converted to the cancel? So that's important information. Again, it tells you how many people are from anywhere on the map. If they hit this element, how many of them eventually converted to the selected goal? Giving you another view into, into the effectiveness of the various elements on your map to achieving the goal. Goal conversion time. This is another important one. Again, you got to select a goal to see the report. And what this is going to tell you is how long does it take from the time that they hit this particular element. Add to campaign, they're on this lead magnet follow-up campaign, or it could be a particular email or whatever it might be, or an end. From when they hit here, how long did it take them to achieve the selected goal, right? So of the people who opted into lead magnet 1, it took 42 days and 16 hours on average for them to achieve the product purchase goal. And of the people who got lead magnet 2, it took 29 days. That's really important information, again, because you want to reduce the time to value. The other thing you can do is select this particular goal, cancel service, and then just look up here and it says, well, after they purchased a product, how long did it take from when they purchased, which is going to be this step right here, to cancel. My average lifetime of a customer is going to be 122 days and 16 hours. That's how long on average they stick around as a customer before they cancel. That's interesting information. Again, be thinking about how you can set up your goals given these reports that are available to you. How can you set up your goals to give you the data that you want? Finally, goal conversion point. So again, you got to select a goal. The one's already selected here. I'm going to go back to contact flow so you can see how it goes. I select goal conversion point. It's going to ask me to select a goal. I can select purchases product. Now, what is this going to tell me? I'm going to zip up here and it's going to say how many people converted from here. So where were they on my map when they purchased the product, right? When they hit that goal down below. That's important information too. So you might have, in this case, you'll see, 12 people converted from here. They did that even before they ever got a demo. 12 people converted from here. 22 people converted from here, right? And the conversion rate to that goal is X. 18 people converted from here. Another, demo consultation and follow-up after the demo. How many people, you might even have an extra goal here, which is like requests demo and then demo actually completed, because that's going to be a subset of people, right? That's a further reduction. You won't get everybody that actually requests a demo to actually show up for a demo, right? So you might have another goal in there, and it might be interesting to know of the people who requested a demo, they convert, X% converted before they even got a demo done, and then another X% converted after they got a demo done. So where were they on the map when they converted. Another interesting way to use this report is, for example, if you have a long-term series of emails and it's like email, wait, email, wait, email, wait, email, wait, and then the goal at the bottom is, what is the goal? It's to purchase the product, okay? Then you run this report and you can see exactly where were they on this map when they purchased. That's going to show you which one of the emails was the one that caused the purchase, pretty much, right? Like it may be that they went back to an old email and clicked an old email, but most likely it's the email that they just got that spurred the purchase. If you want to be more specific and really nail that down, I'll show you how to do that in a second. Actually, I already did a whole video about it, so I won't do that right now. There is a video in Training Tuesdays about how to see which one of your emails is performing. That uses email tracking and UTM variables, and then you can really determine, was it the most recent email or was it that one from 4 years ago that they clicked and bought my product, if you care about that information. For most of us, just looking at this goal conversion point report is going to give us the information we need. People are buying after they see this particular email, or they're buying after this stage in my funnel, or they're buying after a demo. Here's something interesting. Let's go back. I'm not going to save this. I'm going to look at my sales rep performance. What might this look like? Okay, look at this. I've created another version of, this is another reporting campaign, right? Nothing actually even happens. Notice there's no actions here. There's no campaigns, there's no emails sent, there's no communication, outward stuff happening to customers in this map. This is literally just a report for my own information. And what is this report telling me? Demo is requested. I'm going to wait until the next goal is achieved. Here, I'm going to go to performance so we can see this. Demo is requested. They're going to wait here. What is the next goal? Well, the next goal is that the contact is updated to a particular sales rep, rep 1 or rep 2. As soon as that field gets flipped, right? So a rep grabs it, say, then we're going to see that the contact is going to move down to, say it's, Tony and Jay, 2 different people, 2 different reps, right? And then what is the next step? So as soon as that happens, just the contact, the lead, got assigned to a particular rep. So now I've segmented it by who is going to manage this sales process. And then what is the next step? Well, the demo is actually done. So the demo was requested up top, but how many demos actually get done? That's going to be different depending on the rep. How good is that rep following up, right? How are they sending better emails? Are they sending more of them? Are they calling more often? Let's see what the conversion rate is, right? Next, who's actually buying? That's where the rubber meets the road, right? Which sales rep is giving me the most sales? The contact is updated. What does it say? Oh, client makes the first referral. So how many, based on the sales rep, which of these which of these reps rather are driving the most referrals, right? Are they asking for referrals? So that's interesting information. Now, what would I do here? I would look, I can just see, the numbers, the raw numbers. That's interesting. But let's look at my conversion rates. Products purchased. How many of them? What is the conversion rate of each rep to product purchased? Or what is the conversion rate of each rep to getting the job done? What about the time from product purchased, right? This guy takes, from here, it's from as soon as the time it gets assigned to them, it takes 14 days and 2 hours. Whereas if I click over here, it is 22 days and 16 hours or whatever it might be. So I can compare my reps' performance and see, how that's going. Goal conversion point. Where on this map are they converting from based on the segmentation I've done, which is which rep are they assigned to? There's another one here. That report, by the way, is in your account. Sales rep performance detailed. What have I done here? I don't even remember. So this is a much bigger map. Oops, a much bigger map. And it looks like what I've done is, let me just see if I can zoom out here. Yeah, this is a much bigger map. Again, all reporting. And it starts out with looking at, the new trigger is that the sales rep is changed to rep 1. So each one of these reps has a whole bunch of stuff under it, right? So I'm going to look at their performance based on a rep. So for example, the demo outcome is committed, demo outcome is followed up later, demo outcome is bad lead, demo outcome is not interested. That would be interesting to know if one particular rep has 40% of their leads getting marked not interested, but the others only have 20% of their leads getting marked as not interested, right? And then the next goal is trial started. So of the people who started a trial of my product, what did the reps say? Did they say they're not interested and then boom, the trial was started? Or they said, you know what, I'm not ready right now, but follow up. And then, of those people, 16% actually start a trial at some point down the road. For this rep, other rep, it might be 32%. Well, maybe they're doing a better job, right? And then canceled trial, new paying customer. This is like, again, a series of goals that describe my entire funnel, right? The entire life cycle of a customer through my business. And when I do this, I can get all sorts of really interesting, interesting reporting based on, where they were, how long are they coming through, what rate are they converting from goal to goal. What is the, how effectively am I moving people through my path? Conversion time, I think I already said that. How long is it taking? Okay, so we've got a bunch of good information based on these goals. And the last thing I want to say is that you can, if you're a pro customer or an enterprise customer of Ontraport, you have the ability to turn on tracking in your administration screen. And when you do that, you get this other information over here. I'm just gonna, this is a demo account with a bunch of bogus information, but I think I have one that shows just a little bit of information here. So if I go to all-time data, just so you can kind of see what it looks like, and I click on tracking. So what are we doing here? This is now looking at your funnel, your entire campaign performance based on the UTM variables that are stored on a per contact basis. What are UTM variables? I believe that we have a whole training about that in Training Tuesday. We did this about how to use UTM variables to track your marketing. If not, we should do that. I'll double check. But short version is that UTM variables are little variables that you add to the end of your URLs that you put on your marketing. So if you're advertising on Google or on Facebook or on social media, you don't just say, come to Ontraport.com or come to yourbusiness.com. You say, come to yourbusiness.com, ? Source is Facebook, and medium is social media, and campaign is, Valentine's Day special. And when you do that, we capture all those variables and we keep that information in the contact records. And then we use that information to sift and sort through your data right here on the map so that you can see not just how the campaign is working once they're in your account, which is what you see on the campaign map itself, but we can show you the performance of that map based on where they came from, right? So if they came from Facebook, if they came from Google, if they came from ad roll retargeting, which of these are your better customers, right? Imagine seeing that whole customer life cycle, right? Of the people who, opted into this ebook, how many of them become request a demo, and how many of them come to the demo, and how many of them actually buy my product, and how many of them refer a friend. You can see that whole thing, but then filtered a whole nother layer deeper, which is show me that same information, but only the people who came from Facebook. Or show me that same information, but only the people who came from Google. Because you're gonna find, I promise you, that the people who came from Google are gonna perform differently than the people who came from Facebook. That's just a fact. And In your business, it might be the Google buyers are better. It might be that Facebook buyers are better. Don't know for your business, because businesses are different. But it will be different. I can just about guarantee you that. And how different it is will determine how much you feel like you can spend to get a customer on Google or Facebook, right? If you find out that your Google customers stick around twice as long and refer twice as many people, what does that tell you about your Google ad budget? Well, it's not the same to pay $100 to get a customer on Google and $100 to get a customer on Facebook. If that Google customer is 2 or 4 times a better customer for you, you need to think about, maybe I can spend $200 to get a customer on Google, or $300 to get a customer on Google, or maybe I can only spend $25 to get a customer on Facebook. But whatever the story, that's interesting information that you need to understand. So, especially if you're advertising. So the point is that if you're spending money to advertise, you should, first of all, be a pro customer, because you want this tracking information. And you definitely have to be using UTM variables on all of your advertising. If you're spending money on ads and you're not using UTM variables, you are messing up. There's no exceptions to that. So definitely be using UTM variables on, and this is not just an Ontraport thing. Same thing. Same UTM variables are used for your Google Analytics account and basically any other tracking software that you use. We're not trying to sell you into some Ontraport specific tracking functionality. We use the same stuff that everybody else uses, UTM variables, to track your marketing. So do it. And then look at your campaigns based on this stuff. So what is it going to show you? This is going to show you, and it says it, we tried to put it in plain English. These are the lead sources which the contacts on this map first clicked. Okay, so you can trade these in. These are the 5 different UTM variables that you can add to your marketing links. These are the campaigns, right? Campaign 1 or Valentine's Day campaign. These are the campaigns that the contacts first clicked of the people who got on this map. These are the campaigns that they've first clicked when they were, before they were added to your database. The difference between first clicked and last clicked is important. It's probably the subject of the video on UTM variables. Either I did it or I didn't. Either I did it or I will do it. I can't remember. We'll do it next week if I haven't already done it. I'll double check. But it's important to know that you can look at the campaigns that they last clicked before they were added to this map, actually before they achieved a goal is what that's going to say, or the first click before they were added to the map. Important stuff. Campaigns, lead sources, the medium. So this is pay-per-click. This is all pay-per-clicks. There's only one way that people are getting onto this map or into my database and then onto this map, and it's all pay-per-click. Now I can dive into this. I can drill in. Well, it's okay. The medium is pay-per-click, but what are the lead sources? Well, it's Facebook, Google, and AdRoll, right? One of each. Okay, I can click on this and it'll show me exactly who these people are. I can also go back and I can look at my lead sources. I've got 3 of them here, Facebook, Google, and AdRoll, and I can select and I can filter down. I can now see just the contacts that were added to this map based on Facebook, and now I've got Facebook and Google, right? And now I've got Facebook, Google, and I can kind of remove these, and I can see, oh, now just the AdRoll people. And it's going to give me completely different reporting when I filter based on where these people came from, right? So that's important information. Again, use the functionality here to think about what kind of reports you want to be generating for your business and build those and create campaigns. The very first one you want to do is the lifecycle map, right? Just a series of goals, get them on the map when they opt into your account, and then a series of goals that reflect the stages of your customer lifecycle. They opt into an ebook, they sign up for a demo, they buy an entry-level product, they buy a high-end product, whatever those stages are for you and your business. And then ending with, if you're a subscription-based business, end with the cancel, which is what you don't want, but you want the reporting. get everybody on that campaign when they opt into your account, and you'll get a ton of valuable reporting. There was a question the other day, and what was it? It was, I want to know which emails are causing contacts to unsubscribe. That's a good question. And it's something, you can get unsubscribe stats on a per email basis, right? You can look at all your messages and just see, which ones are causing unsubscribes. But I think this person felt like they wanted to see, what was it they wanted? They wanted to see which campaigns were causing them to unsubscribe. I can't remember exactly what it was. But let's just create a campaign that allows us to see, why am I having a problem creating a campaign here? Is there something wrong with my demo account? Seems like there might be something funky with my demo account here. I don't know what's going on there. All right, let's do this. Let's go to campaigns, and we will just mess with one. Let's just start with this, and we'll edit it. Okay. Sorry, my demo account gets all sorts of weird because I'm constantly messing with it and trying new functionality and messing with it on unreleased versions of our software, and it gets crazy sometimes. All right, so let's just say I delete this item and I add a new goal here. And the goal is, the field is updated. Field is updated. And the field is bulk email status. Okay, the bulk email status is updated, and the field it's updated to this value. The field is now, bulk email status is now equal to transactional only, is what we're going to say, right? Because that's what they get updated to when they unsubscribe, is transactional only. So I want to know, I'm going to just say, I'm actually probably going to put this whole thing over here. I'm going to grab this and blop this over here, move this item and all following items. I can probably just delete this sucker. All right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to add everybody in my account to this campaign. I'm going to automatically add them to this campaign one way or another, right? Maybe I'll add a little trigger here that says contact is added, created, when contact is created, so that afterwards I can, I'll subscribe everybody to this thing, but then new contacts later will get added here, and they'll just sit here and wait. And then what'll happen? The goal will get achieved when they unsubscribe, okay? And boom, that's it. I can just publish this sucker. And then what is the reporting I'm gonna get? Well, what's gonna happen? If I go into my, oh, this finally worked. That's great, thanks. Messages. If I go into my individual messages, and I go into settings, and I say add tracking links to this email. So this is gonna, what is this gonna do? It's gonna add to all the links in this email. It's going to add UTM variables. So it'll say something like, I can't remember actually, in the information here, it'll tell you exactly what that's gonna say, I hope. Ontramail settings, steps, mobile phones, no, let's see. I need to get that linked up right. But somewhere in this thing is UTM, let's see, email tracking. Track email links, here it is, probably. Automatic link tracking, okay, good. This will tell us exactly, somewhere in here, I hope. It'll tell us what the UTM parameters, what UTM parameters, availability, Oh, here it is, automatic UTM tracking for emails. So here it is, it'll tell us exactly what's going to get added. So for example, if it is a campaign email, the UTM_campaign is going to have the name of the campaign. Source is going to say Ontraport email campaign. Medium will say Ontraport email campaign. Content will say the subject of the email sent. Okay, so what is that going to, so UTM content is the subject of the email sent. So now I'm going to go back to this campaign. Where'd it go? Here? Yeah, no. Where'd my campaign go? Did I lose it? Oh, dummy. I must have clicked away like an idiot. I did. Okay, pretend that, oh, here it is. No, I hadn't published it. Here it is. So pretend this is my campaign, right? We've got a goal here that, I'm just going to publish this sucker so we can see the performance mode for it. Then I'm going to look in here and I'm going to go to campaigns, and what is it going to show? It's going to show the, and I'll go last clicked, and I'll select this goal. And now what's going to show here is going to show the emails that caused the unsubscribe to happen, right? It's going to have a list of subject lines that will show me the last thing they clicked before this goal was achieved. And the goal is, in this case, something I don't want, but it's unsubscribes. And it's going to show me the list of emails that were clicked, and it'll say, you know, email X, here's the subject line, 42 people clicked this email right before they unsubscribed. Okay, so that is useful information. It's a way to, again, create, this is a random report that this one client wanted. I'm not sure exactly how useful that report is, since we already have unsubscribe information on a per message basis. But let's leave that aside. The point is that the client wanted to be able to see this, and understanding the reporting that's available to you here allowed me to figure out a very simple way to create that report, right? So get your mind around goals and these reports here. Create yourself a funnel with a series of goals in it. Get your contacts on there and let them move through. And you're going to begin to see all sorts of possibilities for creating reporting campaigns in your account. There is already a bunch of them in the marketplace here. Which again, I don't know why it's taking me so long to load this, but you can look through. There's going to be some reporting campaigns in there. Like I said, there's the sales rep reporting campaign. There is something about, I can't remember, lifetime value is in there. A high-level customer lifecycle that kind of shows you what I'm talking about with the phases of your funnel. There may be some others in there too. So that'll give you some ideas. Again, feel free to ask questions on the thread of this video, and hopefully that this helps. If not, we'll help you one-on-one right in the comments here. So thank you for joining, and we will see you next week. Ideally, we will be talking about UTM variables if we haven't already. Otherwise, we'll figure out something else. Thanks very much, guys. Talk to you soon.